it's usually a tell that he's going to go, and suddenly he picks up, he starts damping on the pedals, changes the tempo, does he? Is this the moment? It certainly looks that way. It's almost a count him down now. 3, 2, 1, and is he going to go for it? No, not just yet. He changes the rhythm and indeed disturbs those behind him. Almost a perfect alignment. Hindley still in the frame here, along with Pellizzari, and I'm afraid Olalio has actually gone here. Storer stays with it, but his teammate has also now gone. My goodness, just trying to fight to stay with it, Barter. Brave effort by Olalio.
Yeah, I think he went into the reds too long there. He was kind of hanging a little bit, finds himself alone. Caruso's not that far away. He has to look at what time he's going to limit. So now Vingegaard goes.
That is it. I'm out of here. He certainly looked like he was going to, and now then, this is Pellizzari trying, but panic stations it should be for everyone, because this is Vingegaard in his pomp, and as predicted, Pellizzari, as we've seen already this season, looks to be one of the few men who can actually stay with him, and even that gap starting to extend now as this is a huge stamp by Jonas Vingegaard, and the bell has tolled for just about everybody. 3 in it now, and everybody else thinking about minor places, and we'll see whether those who are in the wheel here of Vingegaard would like to be closest to him, whether they're going to be able to survive. Vingegaard almost half waiting up here for Pellizzari, thinking that maybe he's got the beating of him, if indeed it comes to that point. Felix Gal pulls the pin. It's not going to be. It's going to be a 2-up sprint for the line by the looks of things, but it's 5.2 kilometres to go. Vingegaard may well work with him for a little while, and then indeed just waits his moment to impose himself once more.
Oh, that was huge there, and what a gap he's put into everybody else. Pellizzari, well, he's just going to sit on the wheel. This wind is having a huge effect to everybody on this climb. It's really, really tough. But Vingegaard, as we saw, has been set up by his team. Now he has to deliver, and he was trying to get rid of Pellizzari. Pellizzari stayed on the wheel, and that's where he'll stay for the remaining 5 kilometres if he can.
If he can, that's the point. And I was going to say, I think Vingegaard will not try and shake him off all in one go, but it's going to come in little bites and then a huge chomp before we actually finish with this remaining 5 kilometres. And indeed, for these guys here, any one of those in that group can still finish third today. Don't forget that.
Yeah, they can still finish third, and they can still finish on the podium. That's what they're thinking. Still 2 weeks to go in this race, so it's a long, long way to go. But this is always going to be a big test, a big goal for Visma Leasebike, and Vingegaard trying to finish with the goal of winning the stage. But I think he might be a little bit surprised.
Você sabe. And he was very giving in terms of his praise to his team, but honestly there was so much individual fortitude that he displayed there, and time again he's been the man to actually take it or match Vingegaard, maybe not all the way but much of the way.
Yeah, indeed. I think Piccanzoli's done a terrific job. He's still in here with the Kuss group. Olalio, he's got the help of Derek G. We're onto a real steep part now, and Pellizzari's still trying to hang on. I think Vingegaard's hoping for a little bit of a tailwind section, and he can try and accelerate and get rid of him. He's concerned. He keeps on looking behind. He's making an effort on that steep part there. He was hoping that he could get rid of Pellizzari, but he's just sticking to him like glue for the moment anyway.
You know, if Paul Seixas, if France have him, then Italy has got Pellizzari, and this could be a magnificent result for him. It could actually be that we're only 2 up by the end. Here's Michael Storer just starting to pedal some squares here, and Ben O'Connor is having a great day. There goes Garl, and in fact Pellizzari finally has been bitten here, and Jonas Vingegaard might actually, in 4.4 kilometres, take control of this race. Such will be the gaps. I know it's only 4.4 group with to the Maglia Rosa, and it's a lonely old place out there. I still believe that Ben O'Connor might have something to say about today. He looked very, very strong. It's like the Ben O'Connor of old, and you can find that at any time with a classy rider such as he. 4 kilometres to go, and this looks like Felix Gal is going to make a very good fist of just not panicking, not trying to stay with Vingegaard, but take the best he can out of the day, and that might well be second place.
Yeah, he initially went and then decided not, and set his tempo a lot quicker than Pellizzari. Pellizzari, we knew that would try.
Be tempted,
yeah, and try and stay with Vingegaard. It wasn't to be today. This is the strongest climber in the race. He's climbing to victory for the stage. He'll also take the King of Mountains. But at the end of the day, what he's trying to do is put as much time into these other rivals.
I think Pelizzari might well actually get tagged by Jai Hindley in a short while. He's with with Ciccone and Ben O'Connor a little bit further down, but they're riding nicely as a trio. Gal just gets back to Pelizzari and then goes straight around him, and that is proof positive that sometimes riding within yourself pays dividends, and Felix Gal's having a blinder.
Yeah, just a little bit more experience for Felix Gal there. No reaction at all there from Pelizzari. That's the acceleration. We start to look at these other groups. This is Arensman, Storer, Ciccone. They've got just a small group in front of them. So yeah, this is a Jai Hindley group just in front.
Yes, Jai Hindley, I think, timing himself beautifully. We're just about to drift over and see him, and here he is. He should be in the company of Ben O'Connor, and it is just a diamond duo. O'Connor as well. Quality rider, Brian, and showing the experience of how to cope with this, the 30-year-old.
Yeah, we heard him earlier on today, and he didn't sound too confident. Of course, he didn't know this climb at all, but yeah, he's climbing well today. It's one of these climbs that I think nobody's going to enjoy it, but it's going to go down as a good performance from O'Connor. This man, however, well, Caruso's not got to him. He's on his own. He's already lost a minute and a half, and I think it could be double that by the finish.
Yeah, I think you might be right. So big inroads for Jonas Vingegaard, who started the day. Don't forget, 6 minutes and 22 in arrears. And right now, 3.4 kilometres. It depends how tough and whether anyone blows on this last section. Michael Storer is with the Ciccone. I think Ben O'Connor might actually start thinking about making a bit of a steal here. Jai Hindley will want to finish in front of Pelizzari. You can be sure. But Jonas Vingegaard is going to finish as per the billing in front of absolutely everybody. But Felix Gal's not that far away.
No, 16 seconds. He's pacing it pretty well. 17 now. Very impressed with Felix Gal. You know, Red Bull set the tempo right from the bottom, but for Jai Hindley and Pelizzari, I think Pelizzari just went into the red a little bit there, and maybe should have taken a leaf out Felix Gal's book and setting more out, you know, his pace than trying to go with Vingegaard.
And here is Jonas Vingegaard on fresh asphalt, as you can see, and the mountain trolls are giving it full voice here, as you can see. It's great to hear that enthusiasm, and great respect for the rider as well, not touching him, not getting anywhere close. The erstwhile errant fan yesterday apparently is well known to police, and I imagine they're going to have at least a word.
Principio. That was the steepest part. It was just after the steepest part that Pelizzari went. This looks as if it's a little bit more of a tailwind now, so giving Vingegaard a little bit of you know, respite, but you have to say Felix Gal is not giving up the goat at the moment.
He's not. 21 seconds it's expanded to. If he can just deal with another 1,800 metres, he'll have a bit of respite and can get a very good finish. And in fact, he'll start thinking about a little bit more glory deeper into this race. Here's Jai Hindley sitting on the back wheel of Ben O'Connor. It seems like Ben O'Connor's been in this position for quite some time, and that's the reason why is Jai Hindley's got the excuse of Giulio Pelizzari sitting up in front. So he's using the teamwork card right now to lean on Ben O'Connor.
He is. Two Aussies here, but you'd have to think that it's all about putting time into the people behind, and if Jai Hindley's got anything left in the legs, just ride up to Pelizzari. All three of them try and put time into all the others behind, and you know, fight another day, because come the overall at the end of the day, Red Bull still have two riders up there in the general classification.
Drifting to 2 minutes now to the Maglia Rosa. I hope he's going to be okay, Olalio. It looks like he may well still be in charge of the pink jersey, going potentially bridging all the way to the rest day, but there's no doubt that this day was always going to be the spotlight turned upon Jonas Vingegaard, and he lives up to the billing brilliantly, doesn't he?
He does. It was always going to come down to could you go with him when he went, and you know, that question was answered. Two riders, Pelizzari and Felix Gal. Felix Gal sat up straight away and rode his tempo. Pellizzari didn't show that little bit of kind of immaturity, and is paying for it at the moment. But he's still sitting in third place. Now Caruso's got to Elalio, so he's got that little bit of help.
My goodness, at long last, he sees a friendly wheel, and that's precisely what he needs. Let's see if they can indeed just moderate the damage, as we've been saying for much of the day, because this man has been a wrecking ball as far as the favourites are concerned. The space he's put between himself and indeed what are deemed to be his main rivals is significant.
Yeah, it is. You can see Gal, well, he's still fighting away, just over 20 seconds. For the rest, they're going to be a minute plus down. Looks like possibly 3 minutes thereabouts for the Maglia Rosa. So, you know, that's half the 6 minutes he needed. So I don't think he'll be too worried about it. What Vingegaard's doing is setting his stall out for overall victory come Rome in a couple of weeks' time. Now we see Pellizzari, and now we see Jai Hindley. As we initially thought, if Jai Hindley was just sitting there in Ben O'Connor, you could see that Pellizzari was flailing in front of him. Just get up there, give him a little bit of help and respite, and then try and stay away from the riders behind.
Yeah, it's a trident attack, you might say, just to try and find themselves some margin on those who are chasing on. Very good ride from Felix Gal, down to 18 seconds now. He's actually found a handful of seconds on Jonas Vingegaard with 1,800 metres remaining. So that is a fantastic effort by the Austrian, I've got to say. Super impressed with him. Meanwhile, of course, Hindley, along with Pellizzari, Ben O'Connor, they're all more or less on the same time. Pellizzari had taken some bonus seconds, so for some bonus seconds. They could all count at the end of the day. 1,500 metres only, and you can hear potentially, I think, is there a line corner here? Somebody's on a big old speaker. I think it might be the car just trying to clear the road and asking them to respect the riders. Some challenging looks to the leg warmers on display here as well. But this man generating his own heat. 17 seconds on Gal. Gal's taken 10 seconds off him.
Yeah, terrific. You know, really impressive. And this is a very strong performance. He's not trying to just ride his tempo. He's given it everything he's got, and still this man, well, it went to 20 odd seconds, it's coming back, and Felix Gal, for me anyway, he's putting in a ride of his life.
Yeah, ride of the day. Well, Pink Rabbit.
Começou.
But certainly, I think we're looking at our day's winner, even notwithstanding the great push from Felix Gal. You'll be aware of it, Brian.
Yes, he's just looked round there. I think he was thinking that, you know, he's just going to romp up here and no one will be with a country mile, but this man had other thoughts. I just think he rode it great. He never went with, he went with the initial acceleration, but realised that he couldn't maintain this and rode his tempo. And to be 16 seconds down with a kilometre to go, that's one hell of a ride that Felix Gal was putting in today.
Absolutely remarkable. Take nothing away from Jonas Vingegaard, however. He has indeed shown a clean pair of heels to everybody. Some, indeed, at a further distance than others. We come beyond the fan line. Time to drive it home. There was a suggestion that we might have to shorten the day by a kilometre to bring it down just off the top. The wind is still blowing. It's very cold. It feels even colder because of that sharp wind. But a sharp performer as well is Felix Gal, and that is very gutsy. Look at that. He's within sight of his man, despite the twists and turns here. But Jonas Vingegaard is going to bring this home. Maybe a tougher day than even he had expected. Tougher rivalry out there in the form of Felix Gal, maybe from an unexpected quarter for some of you. But what a ride that's been. But take nothing away from Jonas Vingegaard. Quality, most certainly. He came to this race thinking, well, the parcours itself has its difficulties, but it could be an excellent prep for the Tour de France itself. And if this is his entree into the remainder of this Grand Tour season, this is very special indeed. Jonas Vingegaard is a phenomenon. and he's going to come home here on just a gentle slope that takes him into this little shilly show to get home. And Felix Gall is even closer right now. He's got to be aware of that. He knows he's there. He's kind of hunting him visually, but it's going to be victory for Jonas Vingegaard. Maybe not by the enormous margin that he had perhaps expected, but certainly victory nonetheless. And amongst the favourites, he stays absolutely top of the hill as he hits the top of the blockhouse. Brilliant work. Vingegaard has got a photo of his